Hello there, Raquel. Are you still not back home yet?
Hello, Donna. No, sorry, I'm still not back home yet. But why do you ask? Was there something you needed from me?
Oh, well, I just happened to be passing by your house, and I noticed that there weren't any lights on inside. But do you have any idea what time it is? Just what are you doing out this late?
I see. I didn't know that you were going to be in the neighborhood. But I just got off work, and now I'm doing some shopping for groceries. I shouldn't be that much longer.
You mean that your job had you working so late? Please don't tell me that you left your little girl at home all by herself.
No, nothing like that. I dropped her off at daycare, and I already went to go and get her. The daycare closed about an hour ago, so I went to get Opal and then dropped her off at home. But it's good for me, since I'm having to buy more than usual, so the shopping is taking a bit longer than usual.
I'll say. I mean, don't you know that it's already 7 o'clock? Someone Opal's age should have recently eaten dinner by now. Don't you know that?
Well, I understand your concern, but John and I both work, so typically we just end up eating dinner late. Besides, I think there are plenty of families that don't have dinner till around this time, right?
You do know that if you're eating late, then that means you're not going to go to sleep until late, right? And if you don't get to sleep early, then it's going to affect how you work. It's a vicious cycle.
Well, I'm sure that no matter what happens, we'll probably end up finishing dinner around 8 tonight. So that will give us plenty of time to get ready for bed, settle down, and have a long sleep. I guess we just don't really worry as much about the precise timing of it like you all do.
You really do have an excuse for every little thing, don't you? Finishing dinner at 8 at night is way too late.
Well, I'm afraid that's the best we can do since John and I both have work. We usually just can't get home and have dinner ready any earlier. And there have even been some days where we don't eat until later.
And keeping your job is that important to you? Do you really want to be in an office more than you want to be at home taking care of your family? I have no idea how you think your little girl is going to grow up okay without her mom at home.
I'm really not worried about Opal at all, thank you very much. And I've talked to other couples where both parents work, and we sound like we're doing pretty normal. In fact, there are a lot of families like that in my neighborhood, and they are all raising children quite well, if I say so.
Sure, it might look like they're doing a good job now, but what do you think those kids' futures are going to be like? You better take what I say seriously, because I am talking from experience. I learned all about raising a kid while I was raising John. And it is my professional opinion that having both parents work means that the child will always have attitude problems.
Donna, I really don't think that's the case here. Besides, I think it's just the norm that both parents work these days. Especially when college is expensive, us working is the only way to set aside money for Opal's future. So I think we kind of have to work in order to raise her right.
There you go again, making all your pathetic little excuses. Are you really telling me that you think you know better about raising a child than I do? And just what evidence do you even have that both of you absolutely need to be working? Because to me, it sounds like you're making excuses and aren't ready to fully dedicate yourself to parenting.
Okay, well, I appreciate your input, but I think I know what I need to do for my family, thank you. Besides, you do realize that the world has gotten more expensive since you were raising John, right? So I appreciate you sharing your expertise with me, but if I don't make adjustments for the world we live in now, it won't be of much use.
So you're telling me that I'm just some batty old lady who has no idea what she's talking about at all then? I see how you think of me.
Donna, that isn't even close to what I said at all. I'm just asking you to acknowledge that circumstances aren't what they were decades ago. Surely that isn't too much to agree on, right?
And that's just your way of telling me that you don't care what I have to say because you're going to just do things your own way. Don't you realize that I'm trying to help you all because I care about my family too? I'm worried.
Well, what is it exactly that you're so worried about, if I may?
I'm talking about Opal, of course. Haven't you noticed how terrible she is at making friends? Not only that, but she is a spoiled, selfish little brat.
Well, she just started at elementary school, so hopefully she learns a bit about sharing and making friends there.
Well, the reason I'm worried is because I'm not sure if the problem is all Opal's. I mean, she must be learning to have that attitude from someone, and I think that someone might be you. And you should know just how embarrassed I am to have a granddaughter who acts that way. Raquel, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I heard about the school's annual camping trip, and I want to come along. This way they can have more cars to help take the kids to the camping site.
Oh, right, we saw a flyer about that. But we've actually never done anything like that before.
Okay, Well, Opal's in elementary school now, so I think you should let her do this. I mean, they do it every year, so the kids must really, really enjoy it. Besides, what else can you do to get the kids and parents all doing something fun together like that?
Right, but I thought that it was really just more for the kids, no? In fact, it's exactly that part of it that worries me so much.
Oh, it's fine. They also have 3 or 4 parents up there to keep an eye on everything. There's nothing to worry about. But I heard that this year they're going to put the kids up in some kind of cabin they have up there, so I don't think the parents are really needed anyways. And since Opal is old enough to participate this year, you should totally let her.
I know, but I just don't know about it. I mean, what if she starts crying up there because she misses me or John? I just don't know if I'm ready to trust my child with someone in the mountains overnight. She doesn't even have any older siblings to watch over her.
I know, but this is for the kids, her classmates. She'll have plenty of fun, and nothing's going to happen at all. I really think that you're overthinking all of this, Raquel.
But you can't really say that there's no danger at all, right? What if she falls into a river, or if a bear wanders onto the campsite?
Oh, don't you worry about that. This is a large campsite, and they have all kinds of safety measures in place for those kinds of things. Besides, the streams around there are just that, streams. I doubt the water would even go up to Opal's knees. And it's not like there aren't going to be any adults there. People are still going to be keeping an eye on the kids and all that. Basically, as long as the kids follow the rules of the campsite, there really isn't anything bad that should happen to them at all. So I really don't think you need to worry this much.
So you're sure that the campsite and the parents are really strict about keeping an eye on the kids? And it really is a popular event for the children at Opal's school?
Raquel, this is an event that the school has been putting on for over 10 years now. Obviously, there's some risk of danger, but it's going to be a good experience for the children. I mean, this is about more than just giving them good memories of summer break. Opal could learn some valuable life lessons in something like this. Besides, sooner or later, you're going to have to accept the fact that you're going to have to let your daughter out in the world to make her own decisions.
I know. And you're right, this could be a really good chance for her. But I guess I'm just a little jealous that we haven't done anything like this as a family.
I know, but I know some people from the school who run this. You know, John's school used to do something similar, but could never go because I was too busy taking care of the house. I also wish that I could have gone along with him, though. I'm sure it would have been fun for both of us.
Oh, you might be right about that, Donna.
But anyways, we've already talked about how much trouble Opal has been having socializing, so I really think you should think about letting her go on this. Besides, I'll be there, so it's not like you won't know anyone there. I promise to take good care of her, okay?
I'm just curious, is that why you're volunteering for this in the first place?
Well, in many ways, I just wanted to make sure my granddaughter grows up well. Oh man, that camp is so fun. Although I have to say I'm not sure I would do that again if they make the adults stay in a tent again. My old body just can't take sleeping in something like that.
Well, I'm glad that everything ended well. Anytime I was worried about Opal, I was able to calm myself down telling myself that you were there. So, thank you so much for going and being there for her, Donna.
Well, I'm afraid that's it, just as I suspected, and that Opal really is much more shy than her classmates. It was clear that all the other children there were much better behaved and that their parents were raising them right. And yet, Opal couldn't even bring herself to make eye contact with the other campers. It's basically confirmed all my worries about you and John having to work.
I see. But surely Opal came out of her shell a little bit, right?
You would like to think that, wouldn't you?
Well, anyways, I'm just glad that it sounds like there weren't any incidents and that everyone was safe.
That's not quite true, actually. You see, I'm still busy disciplining Opal for her attitude. In fact, she's the only one still at the campsite now.
Excuse me? Just what do you mean by that, Donna?
Well, I mean that no one else there was willing to put Opal in her place. It was all up to me, and I even had to put my hands on her a couple of times.
Wait, I'm confused. You're telling me that Opal is still at the campsite? But she's here at home with me.
I'm sorry, but that just simply can't be.
Well, I don't know what to say. I was talking to her and she said she got a ride home with a different friend, so...
What are you talking about? When in the world did she manage to sneak into someone else's care?
Donna, are you sure that you didn't mix up Opal with another child there at the camp or something?
Of course not. Just how stupid do you think I am? I watched her go into the camp toilet with my own eyes.
Right, well, I am sitting here looking at Opal with my own eyes, so I think there must have been some mistake made somewhere. You didn't trap someone in the bathroom and leave them up there all alone, did you?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Well, I wouldn't bother coming home without checking into that first. I mean, the sun is going to be setting soon. If you really did leave someone all alone in the bathroom, then you need to go and get that fixed right now. Donna, are you there? I finally figured out who it was that didn't come back from camp today.
So you mean that there really was someone left up there in the mountains?
That's right. It was Opal's cousin, Cindy. She was the only little girl who didn't make it home after everyone else did from camping.
But I don't get it. She was in the exact same clothes that I had seen Opal wear earlier.
Well, apparently there was some kind of accident and Cindy's clothes ended up getting dirty, so Opal lent her an outfit to put on before they all went home. And since Cindy is only a year older than Opal, that might look quite similar. I mean, they're basically the same height and are related.
I don't believe this. This is really bad. I have to get back to the campsite right now.
So, you feel the need to go up and get the person you abandoned up there only after you realize that it wasn't Opal? Because I would think most people would be worried about the person no matter who they were.
Well, yeah, sure. But Cindy isn't even my grandchild like Opal is. If Cindy's family knows it was me, then they are going to get really, really upset. This could really get bad for me. I have to go and find Cindy right now.
Well, I already called the campsite and asked them to keep an eye out for a missing little girl. But I still haven't heard back from them, so I guess that means they haven't found anyone yet.
You mean that they still haven't found Cindy? But how can that be? It's not like the campsite was even that big.
Well, apparently the staff are all worried that she might have been taken away by the river. Apparently there was a lot of rain earlier and it raised the water levels quite a bit, so that's where their minds are.
But that can't be right. Cindy was only in 3rd grade. You don't really think that she would happen to wander to the river in the pitch dark, do you? I mean, even if she did, surely she's just waiting downstream or something, right?
Well, I would think, were that the case, that someone would have found her there already. Besides, it's not like being a 3rd grader really means much in maturity in the grand scheme of things. You left a little girl alone in the woods. Who knows what she might have done from fear?
What do you mean? You can't really be trying to put this on me, right? I didn't do anything bad at all. It was Cindy. She shouldn't have been in Opal's clothes.
No, I'm pretty sure that this is all your fault. And when I was asked by Cindy's parents about if I had any idea where she was, I was really conflicted about what to tell them. But in the end, I knew that I just had to tell them the truth.
And what does that mean, huh?
I just told the truth about what had happened. Now they're going back up to the campsite to look for their daughter. If I were you, I would be asking a higher power to make sure they find her safely. Hello, Donna. I'm just messaging to let you know that they found Cindy.
They did? Are you sure? Oh, thank goodness. That is amazing news.
Cindy's family ended up bringing a bunch of people up into the mountains to look for her, you know. Even some local hunters joined in and offered the services of their bloodhounds. Not only that, but apparently the police and rescue teams were up there too. If they didn't find her with all those people, then I'm not sure they ever would have been able to.
Well, what about Cindy? Was she okay? Was she even alive?
She was alive, yes, and more or less uninjured. But just in case, they took her to the hospital to be examined.
But there were no obvious large injuries or anything. That's a relief to hear.
And of course everyone blamed you for the whole thing, so I think the most you can hope for is a light sentence for what you've done. But either way, I think that you can expect Cindy's family to bring you to court over this. I would start looking for lawyers now.
Oh, this is just ridiculous. It was an accident. Did you tell Cindy's parents that I meant to do that to Opal?
Yes, I did tell them that you meant to do it to your own granddaughter instead of Cindy. But strangely enough, that just made them even more upset. I guess they don't really care what you were trying to accomplish with that. And just so you know, had that actually been Opal that you left in the mountains, I would do the same thing to you.
But what did Cindy's parents actually say? Maybe I should go and apologize to them, smooth this all over.
Yeah, I really don't think that's a good idea. They are both furious with you. In fact, they want you to go to their house tomorrow to apologize to them.
I see. And that's where they're going to try and nail me with all of these exaggerated accusations.
I don't think that's the most accurate way to describe what's going to happen. I mean, do you really not think that you're at fault for any of this?
Of course not. I meant to do that to my granddaughter to teach her a lesson. So how could that be wrong?
Donna, if anyone here needs to be taught a lesson, it's you. I mean, you keep going on about needing to teach Opal manners, but you're one of the worst people I've ever met. I mean, you literally abandoned a child in the mountains just to try and prove a stupid point.
How dare you talk to your mother-in-law like that? Just who do you think you are, huh? I'll have you know that I have more experience child rearing than you ever will. You really think that you know better than me?
I think that you stopped actually learning anything new a few decades ago and just started assuming that what worked for your generation applies to all of them. Basically, your ideas are just outdated. You can try and justify your actions all you want, but I can't think of anyone who would buy them. In fact, you're probably going to save yourself a lot of trouble by just keeping your mouth shut.
How dare you talk to me like this? Don't you realize how terribly rude you're being?
Sorry, but I don't really feel like censoring myself to make you feel better. In fact, you're lucky that I'm not saying what's really on my mind. If Opal wasn't sleeping, I would be screaming at you like I really want to. But I guess I'll just have to satisfy myself by telling our family about what you did to Opal.
You wouldn't really do that to me, would you?
You know, the fact that you don't want this getting out says basically all that I need to know. But yes, I am going to tell everyone, and I doubt that many people are going to want to hang around you after they learn what you put Cindy and her poor family through.
I'll be totally ostracized from my family for something that wasn't even my fault.
Wow, you really are just delusional if that's actually how you think.
But it's the truth. You're all trying to set me up, aren't you? This is also that you can pin the blame for this on me.
What in the world are you talking about now, Donna?
I mean that you never wanted me to straighten out Opal, even though I told you I knew the best way how. You have to know that everything I did was for her sake, but I understand that maybe I overdid it, and I'm sorry. Please don't do this to me.
So now you're sorry. Where did this come from?
Well, you said that you were going to tell everyone what I did, so I just want you to know that I realized what I did was wrong. Now I'm forgiven, right?
No. I don't care what you say. I am still going to tell everyone. As for the lawsuit, that is entirely between you and Cindy's family. So anyways, like I suggested earlier, you might want to look into getting a lawyer.
But why? Why would I need to get one? They're not really going to sue me over a little mistake like this, right?
Donna, the only person you are trying to fool at this point is yourself. But you really need to take responsibility for your actions. I mean, do you really expect Cindy's parents to just let you go after what you did to their daughter?
But this can't be happening. I can't really be getting sued, right?
Yes, you are. You just need to accept that and get over it. Not only are they going to sue you for damages, they're going to sue you for all the money that went into searching for Cindy. This is not going to be a small amount of money, okay?
But I don't even have that much in savings. What am I supposed to do? I'm just a poor old woman. They wouldn't really do this to me, would they?
I don't know why you keep asking me about a lawsuit that is going to come from other people. In fact, I think that this conversation is over. I have told you all that you need to know. Whether or not you choose to accept what I say is up to you. But either way, you are going to have to deal with the fallout of this, okay? And it is not going to be fun. And quite frankly, I think you deserve every punishment that is about to come your way. After that, Donna showed up to Cindy's parents' house the next day. I told her that they threatened to call the police if she didn't, so there was no point in trying to run. At the house, Cindy's parents really laid into Donna and she could do nothing but cry into her hands. They made it clear that they didn't care at all that Donna meant to do what she did to Cindy to Opal instead. That only made them more upset that Donna would do that to anyone's child. They brought her to court and it was over quite quickly. Donna had to pay a huge amount in legal fees and ended up losing all of her savings and assets. Then my husband and I told her that we never wanted her in our lives again. In fact, most of our family cut her off. Obviously, this wasn't how we wanted things to go. But ever since Donna stopped coming around, Opal has seemed to be in a much better mood. Her and Cindy have even started hanging out more because Opal was nice enough to share her clothes with her. As her mother, it makes me really proud to see Opal coming out of her shell on her own terms. I knew that given enough time and socialization that she could do it. I almost wish we still talked to Donna just so that I could demonstrate exactly how wrong she was.
Maggie, thank you for always doing things around the house. I got a bonus, and it's our 5th wedding anniversary. I'm thinking of buying a car for us.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I've got the car you wanted, and I even got a good deal.
Are you serious? I can't believe it! That nice car?
I'm not kidding. I thought that car was nice too. You're working as a freelancer now too. Our income has become more stable, so I thought it would be a good idea. What do you think? I can still cancel though.
I would never say no. It's the car I've always wanted. But I had always wanted to buy that car.
Well then, good for you. I wanted it to be a surprise though, as a way of thanking you for your daily supports. If it didn't work out, I would have canceled it. I just had to talk to you about it.
It's a big purchase for sure. But I'm all for it. And it's a surprise too. Made me happy to hear that. Thank you. But of course, I'll pay for it too.
What? Are you sure? I was thinking of making it my gift to you.
That's too expensive for a gift. But I appreciate the gesture. Don't worry, I'll pay for it too. Really looking forward to it.
Maggie, how could you get such a nice car? It's not fair.
Wait, what?
I heard it from my mom. Dean is buying you a car, right? I can't believe it. Why? You're just a useless housewife.
You heard this from your mom?
Why do you get to have a fancy foreign car? You're just a housewife. I'm working, but I only get to drive an old used car.
Dean should have just told his mom that he was buying a new car. Besides, it's not only your brother who is buying this car.
I heard the story from my brother. I heard he is buying a fancy foreign car. That's unfair. You're not even working. Do you enjoy making your husband pay that kind of money?
I had saved myself some money too. And that was a car of my dreams, so I really wanted it. I've been trying so hard to save money for a while now.
I don't buy your story. Don't get so ahead of yourself.
I have savings from before we got married, plus our shared savings. And I'm freelancing now and making a little money. We're buying it with that money.
I don't understand what you're talking about. How dare you, a housewife, spend my brother's money on your own car? You're the worst.
I'm telling you, it's my money too. And I do work freelance from home. I mean, Carla, it's none of your business anyways. What we spend our money on is up to us.
But it's not fair. I think it is absolutely ridiculous.
But it's our decision.
You'll let me drive it, right?
Huh?
I can drive it too, right? I work hard every day too. But I haven't been able to afford a nice car. So you can let me drive.
I can't let you drive it. But I think I can give you a ride.
Why not?
I can't let you drive because the insurance policy only covers me and Dean. I can't let someone else drive my car that easily.
You're a cheapskate. You spend so much money on a car, but you won't let me, your sister-in-law, drive it.
I wouldn't even let my own brother drive my car. It's not safe to let someone without insurance coverage drive.
I don't know what you're talking about. That means you look down on me, doesn't it?
Huh? That's not what I'm saying at all.
You're so lucky my brother makes good money. That's the only reason you can afford it.
Carla, what are you trying to say? Why are you so jealous?
Huh? Why would I be jealous of an old tag like you? There's no way I'm jealous of you.
It seems like you're jealous that I'm getting a new car.
I'm not jealous. I just don't like it. It pisses me off that you get to have nice things without any effort. I'm working hard every day at my part-time job at the supermarket. My husband never gives me anything. I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
You should talk to your husband about that. It's your family. I can't really say anything.
I'm pissed off at you for spending my brother's money so proudly. Anyways, I'm going to borrow your car later. I'll go visit you soon.
Please, call me when you come. I'll tell Dean about it.
Make sure you tell him to lend me that car.
I can't lend you the car. I'm sorry. Bye now.
It's so unfair for you to get to drive a car like that. And a white car. That's the color I wanted.
Huh?
I was so pissed off, so I painted it black. I think it looks better now. That car is too fancy and doesn't suit you at all.
I know you're jealous. But what are you talking about? A white car?
How many times have I told you I'm not jealous? You were so cocky. I had to spray black paint all over that car. I changed the color of your car so you can thank me.
Wait. I don't know what you're talking about. Which car are you talking about? And you painted it?
You parked the car in front of your house, right? I can't believe you parked in such an obvious place. Are you trying to show off? You don't deserve to drive that car. So I sprayed paint on that white car and made it black.
My car is originally black, though.
Huh? Then whose car is this?
My car is black. And I'm not home right now. So my car is not parked in front of the house. What are you talking about? What did you do?
Wait a minute. An angry-looking man just came out of the house next door.
Are you saying that you painted that neighbor's car?
But it was parked in front of your house. I didn't know it wasn't your car. What should I do? This is a really bad situation, isn't it?
They don't usually park their car in front of their house. So I'm not sure whose it is. Anyway, that's not my car. I suggest you apologize to him quickly.
I can't. I'm too scared. I'm leaving. You didn't hear anything.
You can't do that. Even if that's not our car. Do you mean you mistakenly sprayed paint on someone else's luxury car? That's a crime. I think you should apologize before the problem gets out of control. If you apologize properly, they might forgive you.
I don't think so. I bet they will do something bad to me. If they ask you something, don't say anything.
You definitely shouldn't run away. They're definitely going to find out later that you did this. If it was just paint, you can clean it somehow, can't you?
No, I also scratched the car.
Huh? Why did you do that?
Because I was pissed off. I hated that you got such a nice car.
I can't believe that those feelings are enough for you to act like that. Anyways, I really think you owe them an apology. Are you still there? Hello?
I heard that Carla's not home yet.
That doesn't surprise me. I just went to talk to the neighbor earlier, just in case.
What? Did you go there by yourself?
I get along well with the neighbor's wife. We chat once in a while, so it was no problem. One of their associates was over for a short while, and he wasn't going to stay there that long, so he didn't park properly. That's why he parked in front of the house, apparently. That was the whole story. I apologized to them, but they said it wasn't our fault and not to worry. They apologized to me, actually.
I see. I'm glad to hear that. But what happened to Carla?
It looks like Carla will have to pay for her actions. The neighbor's wife doesn't seem to be able to interfere in all this. The man who was visiting them today is allegedly a mob boss or something, and that was his car, apparently.
What? Seriously? That sounds really bad.
She was trying to get out of there, but she was caught on the spot. put in their car and taken away. Well, the wife said she would be able to pay the price in their way. And after she paid, they would let her go home. They can't do anything outrageous these days like they used to. I think she's simply going to be held responsible for the damage to the car.
Then I guess it's okay. I contacted Carla's husband just in case. He, too, said it was her own fault and she had no choice.
I never thought this would happen. Our neighbor's also just a victim.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some kind of gift as an apology for them after work.
Well, it seems like Carla is safe. I hope this is an opportunity for her to reflect. Even if she was jealous that I drive a nice car, if you harass people like this, you will end up hurting yourself. I hope she understands a little better.
If she doesn't get it, I'll cut her off forever.
What? Why?
I'm done with that kind of sister. I'm tired of cleaning up her mess.
Yeah, you're right. That might be the best thing to do.
Hi, Maggie. It's been a minute.
Huh? Carla, are you okay? Where are you now?
I'm very sorry about what I did. I will never do anything like that again. I sincerely regret it.
What a change in character. I'm glad you have reflected on yourself. Don't do something like that ever again.
Of course.
Dean and I have already decided that we want to keep our distance from you. I'm sorry, but don't come to our house anymore.
I got dumped by my husband as well. Could you please help me?
I see. I'm sorry, but we can't help you. And I think you deserve it.
I am truly sorry.
You'll have to deal with it yourself.
Please don't abandon me. I really regret everything. I have no one else to turn to.
Sorry, but when you come to our house, I'll tell the neighbors again.
Please don't do that. I understand. I promise I won't bother you guys anymore.
You're not our problem anymore. But good luck. Well then, goodbye. Carla was taken away for a month to pay for the damage. No one knows what happened to her during that time. She had an unimaginable experience, and she came back as if she were a different person. However, she was eventually abandoned by her husband, who divorced her and kicked her out of the house. Her parents have also abandoned her and will not allow her to move back to their home. Carla was also cut off by her brother and sister-in-law. She has nowhere to go. She should have thought a little more before doing something so stupid. I think she finally realized that. But it's a little too late for that now.